सभी लोग जुड़ गए हैं। सभी यूट्यूब फैमिली का स्वागत है। सभी लोग लाइक डन करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोग हमारे लाइव में। सभी भाई लोग लाइक डन करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम टू माय लाइव एवरीवन। सभी दोस्तों का स्वागत है हमारे लाइव में। वेलकम आप लोग का हमारे लाइव में। सभी लोग लाइक डन करिए, कमेंट करिए। चैनल को भी सब्सक्राइब करिए सभी लोग। सभी भाई लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोगों का हमारे लाइव में। सभी भाई लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए। सभी भाई बहनों का स्वागत है हमारे लाइव में। सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है आप लोग का हमारे लाइव में। स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए सभी लोग। सभी भाई लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए। सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोगों को हमारे लाइव में। सभी भाई बहनों का स्वागत है। सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोगों का। स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए सभी लोग। सभी भाई बहनों का स्वागत है हमारे लाइव में। वेलकम टू माय लाइव एवरीवन। सभी दोस्तों का स्वागत है। सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम टू माय लाइव एवरीवन। सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए। स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए सभी लोग। सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोगों का हमारे लाइव में। सभी भाई बहनों का स्वागत है। लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए, कमेंट करिए। सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम टू माय लाइव एवरीवन। सभी भाई बहनों का स्वागत है। सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोगों को। स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए सभी लोग। सभी लोग लाइक डन करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोगों का हमारे लाइन में। स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए। सभी भाई लोग करिए। सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोगों का। सभी भाई बहनों का स्वागत है हमारे लाइन में। सभी लोग जुड़ जाइए, सभी लोग जुड़ जाइए हमारे। सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोगों को। दब गया लहल अपन दब गया।
क्रिकेट देखा क्रिकेट
कहाँ से
बोलो नादिर को एक ये लगा दो,
पूछा जो
लग जाए। खाली पब्लिक से कहते तो जाके उठा दे आके।
क्या बज गया, क्या बजा था? 3 बजे का 3:30 बजे जा रहा है। कहीं तो लगा दे नहीं चला।
छोड़ दिया है यार।
अगर होता था
हाँ
वही कुल होता।
हाँ,
सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट
इधर
करिए।
बोलता है कि गर्मी है, मैं थोड़ा बाद में जाके करेगा। करो कभी करो।
सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम आप लोग का हमारे लाइन में।
आज जल्दी जीत लेगा इंडिया। वो लोग का रन नहीं है।
कितना रन बनल है?
7 ओवर में 31 रन बने लो।
सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोगों का हमारे लाइन में। सभी यूट्यूब फैमिली का स्वागत है। सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए, कमेंट करिए। लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए सभी लोग। सभी भाई लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए।
ओहो, आउट।
फिर कैच पकड़ लिया।
हाँ, 4 विकेट।
सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है सभी यूट्यूब फैमिली का हमारे लाइन में। सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए, कमेंट करिए। सभी यूट्यूब फैमिली का स्वागत है हमारे लाइन में। सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए।
कैप्टन को आउट किया, जिम्बाब्वे के कैप्टन का। अब अभी लाइव के आगे धई द अथी हटा के लाइव के गाड़ी मोबाइल द आदमी क्रिकेट देखे वाला तो मैं तो खूब देखी हमारा एकदम लाइट
मोबाइल में करते साउंड है ये नहीं है
बोला ना लाइक कमेंट करो
सभी लोग लाइक कमेंट करिए वेलकम है सभी लोग का आइए सभी लोग मैच देखिए मनोरंजन करिए इंडिया जिम्बाब्वे का मैच है आज
कमेंट ना
साउंड खोल बता ना
साउंड में अलाउड बा कहाँ अलाउड बा गाना वाना ना अलाउड बा ना हाँ
something that you really want to be reliable, especially in conditions that are helpful. He's made something happen. That's very good from Ryan Burl. Walks inside the line and puts one of the over away. 30. Their belt.
Good piece of fielding. There's the one catch that was dropped, but that was up a no ball. But India have been pretty sharp. The first one, a very good opener. Brian Bennett, and then Ben Curran.
वेलकम है सभी लोग का हमारे लोग में सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए
Another wicket in the fourth.
सभी यूट्यूब फैमिली का स्वागत है हमारे लोग में
Dion Myers and then Sikandar Raza holding out in the deep.
Yeah, you look at those dismissals, and one of the main issues for Zimbabwe during the Bangladesh
स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए सभी लोग
was a handful. He picked up a lot of wickets, and you look at the length there, and these
स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए कमेंट करिए
high pace and a hostile line and length.
वेलकम टू माय
So
लाइव
it's
एवरीवन
surprising that the learnings haven't carried over to this series, and also the
सभी
shot
लोग
selection.
स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए।
I think that is going to be a key thing right during this series, I think. Ed. Just all three games are going to be here in Harare. And you look at the dimensions, these are big boundaries. And as a bowler, you want to use the square boundaries very nicely, especially when you've got that extra bounce.
That's a brilliant point. The square boundaries are enormous, yeah. And you look at the dimensions on screen right now, down the ground, 79 meters, 72 square, 63 and 62 feet.
सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब
Square
करिए,
if you're
कमेंट
coming from the
करिए।
golf course end, but look at that, 81 and 76 for T20
वेलकम है
cricket.
सभी
Look
लोगों
big
को।
or not.
In golf, we have that term, it plays
वेलकम है
longer
सभी लोगों को हमारे
than it
लाइव में।
seems.
सभी लोग लाइक
And that is
सब्सक्राइब करिए,
exactly
कमेंट
what this
करिए।
ground is all about. It actually feels longer.
सभी यूट्यूब फैमिली का स्वागत है हमारे लाइव में।
Arise Sports Club.
सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए,
When you're
कमेंट
sitting
करिए,
there and you look across to your right or your left, you think to yourself, well,
लाइक
that
सब्सक्राइब
does
करिए
look a
सभी
bit
लोग।
wrong, and it looks as if there's another 10 meters on it.
वेलकम है आप लोग का हमारे लाइव में।
They're pretty good. This has been a pretty good comeback from Ashok. Taken for a few runs.
सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए,
Into his
स्क्रीन पर
third
डबल
over.
टैप करिए, सभी
Finished
लोग
with just
कमेंट
3
करिए।
of it. It's 40 for 4 after 9.
सभी लोग लाइक डन करिए, कमेंट करिए।
Immediately given.
सभी लोग लाइक डन करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोगों का हमारे लाइव में।
But it has worked
सभी
out
लोग
well.
स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए।
Immediately Ravi Bishnoi.
सभी भाई बहनों का स्वागत है हमारे लाइव
Has
में।
been taken.
सभी भाई लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए, कमेंट करिए। सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोगों का। सभी यूट्यूब फैमिली का स्वागत है हमारे लाइव में। सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए, स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए, लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए। सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए। वेलकम है सभी लोगों का।
Yeah, the faintest of edges has saved Madhaveri.
स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए सभी लोग।
Both of us were wondering why did he take the review? Has he burned one? But that was not the case. Inside edge.
सभी भाई बहनों का स्वागत है हमारे लाइव में। सभी लोग जुड़ जाइए, सभी यूट्यूब फैमिली जुड़ जाइए हमारे लाइव में।
The one thing about Ravi Bishnoi is that you're going to have to make a decision pretty quickly because it's very quick through the air and off the pitch. Have a look at this again.
वेलकम है आप लोग का हमारे लाइव में।
You're right. We both sat here and made this decision.
हमारे लाइव में सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए, कमेंट करिए।
None for 60. The last T20 that he played. Ravi Bishnoi. Difficult outing.
लाइक
in England.
सब्सक्राइब करिए सभी लोग।
It's like Harsh Dubey for company. Called him wide by the umpire. I know.
वेलकम है सभी लोगों का।
The United Kingdom and Ireland was a tough one for India. Few comments in it, like
कमेंट करिए।
half step to the left and then brings himself back in. And then finishes down the middle of his body. There's a lot going on there. There's a timing as well that you need to get to sync perfectly.
In the air.
कैच
Shot off long
कैच
ball. Yes,
Bounce.
back leg was cutting the
Catch.
return.
Yeah.
Short
Catch,
oblong
catch.
ball. Yes,
Bounce.
back leg was cutting the return crease. Yes, it was a funny no ball.
सभी लोग स्क्रीन को
That
डबल
because
टैप
normally
करिए,
you
कमेंट
get down
करिए.
for overstepping. He was getting done for his back leg cutting that return crease.
वेलकम है सभी लोग.
Listening at the bearing. Signal that there's another tidy up at the halfway stage. And the umpires will be signaling.
सभी लोग स्क्रीन को डबल टैप करिए. लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए सभी लोग. वेलकम टू माय लाइव वीडियो. जुर्बान सभी लोग स्क्रीन को डबल टैप करिए. लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए सभी लोग.
रियल बाबू.
वेलकम है सभी लोगों का हमारे लाइव में. सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए. वेलकम टू माय लाइव वीडियो. सभी लोग स्क्रीन को डबल टैप करिए. सभी लोग स्क्रीन को डबल टैप करिए, चैनल को लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए.
India definitely on top in this first T20 international here at the Harare
वेलकम है आप
Sports
लोग का
Club
हमारे लाइव में.
in Zimbabwe. Yeah, not the kind of scorecard which Zimbabwe would have been looking for. Excellent work from the seamers, especially Mayank and Prince. Ashok making amends, and then Chube picking up a wicket in the first over. Change of ends for him. He's bowling from the CTN. Now he's on from the golf course. Let's have a look at the seamers and how they've
वेलकम
gone
है
about
सभी
their
लोगों
work.
का हमारे लाइव में.
Full. And then look at the adjustment. Looking for that shortish
सभी लोग स्क्रीन को डबल टैप करिए.
to back of the length. And that's where they've been able to get their rewards. When they've gone full, they've been punished. When they've gone into the pitch and tested the square boundaries, as you said, really they've been well rewarded. And those are the subtle changes or the quick changes you make within the game. That should be a good hit. It is a good hit. 50 up for Zimbabwe in the 11th over. Short of runs in the Bangladesh series was Ryan Pearl. He gave it away on a few occasions. Difficulties that he's found with his time. This time gets one out the middle of the bat. Have a closer look. TV umpire. Yeah, no issues. All the way for six. First six of the Zimbabwe innings. They need to make something of this back.
स्क्रीन को डबल टैप
Only
करिए सभी लोग.
46 in the first 10, losing 4 wickets.
वेलकम है सभी लोगों का.
And the win, what can
चैनल
we
को भी
get to?
सब्सक्राइब करिए आप लोग.
Shot in the gap. Level Suryavanshi out there in the deep. It's an excellent question. And it's a tough place to find yourself when you've only mustered 46 runs in 10 overs. Those 160s, the 170s, they escape the mind. So now you're trying to bat out your over, take the game as deep as possible, or your innings as deep as possible. Wonderful swing of the bat there by Pearl, and as you rightfully say, need a lot more of these. And India with 3 seamers and Ravi Bishnoi. So you've got a few part-timers. And when I say part-timers, guys who don't bowl their quota of 4 overs very regularly. Shivam Dubey being one of them. Once again, the short ball and ploy being used by the bowlers here. It has offered some bounce. And again, when you look at the dimensions, as a bowler, you want to be slightly back of a length, too hard length, making sure that the batters have to access those big areas, the big open areas. Can they find the timing right, especially given the bounce on the surface?
And in that particular instance, I think Ryan Bell was better placed going over the short third, rather than trying to swat it to backward point or deep backward point.
The change of pace from Shivam Dubey.
Indian seamers today, wickets and other deliveries and everything is into that hard length, that 8 meter. Not a lot in from 6 meters moving forward towards the stumps. And so the game plan is evident on your screen. It's about how Zimbabwe now looks at that game plan and try and goes against it, where in fact they've actually played in the hands of India.
So I'm coming down the track. This is good from Shivam Dubey. 56 for 4 after 11.
लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए सभी लोग।
Yeah, 56 for 4. Zimbabwe in this first T20 internationals of 2 overs. Bowled by Shivam Dubey. Now Ravi Bishnoi into his second.
A strong player through the leg side, but he's going to go. The opposite end is Ryan Bell. Dave is long on and cow corner.
Not a bad ploy. Just think of what Ravi Bishnoi does. He's going to take one away from the left-hander. We spoke about those big areas down the leg side, so you're actually sweeping against the spin. So might as well try and reverse sweep him with the spin or with the angle. That's what he normally tries to do. Take the ball away from the left-hander, Ravi Bishnoi.
Wesley Madere, 6 off 11. Bell, 22 off 28, trying to play catch-up. But that's a state of where the batters are now in a realm of trying to make a play, but with such scoreboard pressure, having lost 4 wickets. Doubles are not going to help.
IPL में आया फर्स्ट साल इस नाम बदले सेकंड साल का IPL खेला इस साल इंडिया में
Right now, India is just controlling it. They're waiting for Zimbabwe to make that particular play.
मेहनत हुई है अब तो नसीब
Let's try that on a few occasions. Mainly given there is no shot fine operating with a mid-wicket, so trying to walk in, trying to play it fine. Only once has he got a bit of bat to him so far, Madhuri.
43 dots. Seven overs, just taken out of the context of the game for Zimbabwe.
Just the trap line there. And from a Ravi Bishnoi point of view, it's good that he's managed to work his way around that problem. Any bowler, no ball is a big problem. Shots and catching. Again, no timing from the left-hander. Ryan Bell. That is something which you spoke about just a while ago. 59 for 4 after 12.
सभी भाई लोग स्क्रीन को डबल करिए, कमेंट करिए।
Ricardo was excellent with the new ball.
वेलकम है सभी भाई बहनों का हमारे घर में।
Used to get a few of Shiva Dube. Vishnu was going too quiet on this. Zimbabwe. To finish big. Only the opportunity.
सभी लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए।
Using just 5 balls.
आज पता लगा होगा कि दिल्ली में कितनी बार चला क्या।
Stage Ryan Burns from 23 and 13. It's the key perhaps, Tino Maguire. Zimbabwe to get something competitive.
सभी स्टोक फैमिली का स्वागत है मेरे घर में।
Will maneuver the remaining part of his innings
सभी लोग जुड़
in
गए हैं।
context to what is required from a Zimbabwean point of view. Because it won't help that Madevere in the other end is also struggling.
वेलकम है सभी लोगों का हमारे घर में।
His 6 runs.
सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए।
When you get Zimbabwe to 100. 8 and over, which will be difficult to achieve, get them 123. 10 will get them shy of 140, 138.
सभी भाई लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए।
Madhavir on the other hand. Just get going.
वेलकम है सभी लोग हमारे घर में।
It's still the first ball by Ryan.
लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए सभी लोग।
International runs as I look at Madhavir struggling to cross in. Let's use the slow man bowling. Up high. Just straight.
सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए।
Head high would have been wide.
वेलकम है आप लोग का हमारे घर में।
Not a bad option.
सभी लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए।
I anticipated.
स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए सभी लोग।
Change of batting will work for you instantly.
सभी भाई लोग स्क्रीन पर डबल टैप करिए, कमेंट
Trying
करिए।
to think. Never really changed my batting mid-innings. If the objective was to block the next one, then yes, it did work. I remember one trying to work it. Not looking to clear the boundaries.
लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए सभी लोग।
आज
वेलकम है सब लोग हमारे घर में। सभी लोग लाइक सब्सक्राइब करिए, कमेंट करिए।
So there was Excalibur, there was Tori Hamzo. My first reason
वेलकम है सभी लोगों को
taking
हमारे
it
घर
without
में।
their batting, so I told a story about that.
Grace Harris, the Australian women's international power hitter, names her bats after burgers.
Wow. On that occasion, Hamilton's Hattori Hamza, which was bat number 1, was very blunt. The Excalibur out, and that play
लाइक
was snapped
सब्सक्राइब
out.
करिए सभी लोग।
Very short innings.
Randall's new bat will have to do the trick, which is 4 and Dube's over. Big shots, Peeler in the deep, still bail out. And Suryavanshi in long on. 64 for 4.
जल्दी
राउंड खत्म हुआ, सूर्यवंशी को खेल देखना है।
Sporty TV. If you're here in Zimbabwe, including their YouTube channels, Famco on digital, United Sports. The big screen, the back of India, make a note of all the other regions. Bishnoi with his third.
Out.
Thumped down the ground. Fielder judges it really well in the end. Dilip Verma, the sun into his eyes, takes the catch as Bishnoi as his first. Judges the catch perfectly at the end.
Ryan Burl, it's hit the bottom edge of the bat. It's more of a slice than anything else, looking to clear long off. Doing well nicely, gets his first reward. Zimbabwe sink into deeper trouble. 26 for Ryan Burl, 64 for 5.
सभी जन लाइव को लाइव कीजिए, कमेंट कीजिए, आप लोग का स्वागत है।
Tadivanashe Marumani. Wicketkeeper batter for Zimbabwe. Left-hander replaces left-hander. Best of 86. Well to get half of those time remaining. Zimbabwe needs something special. He doesn't have a lot of time to get his eye. Shreyas Iyer is on the attack. A slip in place. Bishnoi. Why natural angle across the left-hander, predominantly googly bowler.
And looking to clear the boundary downtown. Ryan Burl, normally when he takes on the spin, he goes either straight or leg side. Just not enough legs on that one.
The difference a few extra meters make, especially for spinners. Nearly 80-meter boundary straight, 79 down the ground. Said running with the bat around. It's still 6 perhaps in most grounds in India. All of a sudden, Bishnoi is looked at as a bulldoze. Easy to take down, give him a few extra meters. He's found a new lease of life. Varun Chakravarti's injuries lent Bishnoi another chance to have an impact. He's relies heavily on his googly. Look for 2. Get them lots of spaces. Shimarumani's earned a reputation as a top order batter. Slightly different role now. Someone who actually, even in the T20 World Cup, where Zimbabwe enjoyed such a great story.
He was opening in the previous T20 internationals in Bulawayo just a couple of days ago. The elevation of Curran was seeing him make way and move down the order. Little purely because people feel that he's got the ability to clear the boundaries. Very difficult role to play though, especially coming from opening. Not being acclimatized to that role in the recent past.
Top shot. Perfectly executed sweep shot by Marumani. Still a good opener from Bishnoi. 72 for 5 after 14. Well, tried to hold it all together. Hard work for him, even though he stopped scoring. Prince Yadav is back. Deceived the slow ball first up.
This was a good shot. It's played this online because it's pitched outside leg stump. The way he's outstretched the hands, made the connection well in front is lovely to see. I say, you've got to appreciate how well Indian bowlers have bowled on this surface in particular. They've been exemplary in their lengths and the particular areas they've bowled to each batter. And that's what made them successful right from the top of the innings. Stayed away from the strengths of the Zimbabwean batters, and if they were going to play a few strokes, they had to manufacture a couple. So they've done their homework there, certainly.
Once they've identified the right length to bowl, they've stuck to it. Very few release balls. It's an inexperienced attack. Remember, they're playing in Zimbabwe for the first time. Ashok Sharma's on debut. Prince Yadav's only recently made his international debut. If anything, the bowling was supposed to be in his weaker suit, the strength of their batting reserves. It's not just about the opposition. Due respect to Zimbabwe, it's just focusing on what each bowler's bringing. Given the opportunity. Prince Yadav's been good. He's changing the angle now. He's got a very good Yorker, so he's got skills that'll help him be an on-phase T20 bowler. There you go. Bulk of experience, especially with Muza Rahmani and Garamas, Sikandar Raza. 280 wickets. 4 times that of India's bowling attack in this series. It's time too high. Shan Kishan's got deep on out.
That's what we're having a word about just a moment ago. Have a look at good lengths that they bowled, good steady channel outside the off stump, and then the resulting wickets in very similar areas. Nice. Won't have the legs.
As good as anyone patrolling the boundary, Hussain also making himself, making a return to the Indian score. What can they get from him? Zimbabwe still going in less than a run a ball. Oh, handsome shot. Deserved for. Tilak Burma's judged it well again. 78 for 5. better as the afternoon goes on. Wait for the weekend.
That smirk on your face, I'll be with the weekend here now. Runner?
Every day's a weekend in your part of town, Tino. You get that crowd going even more. There's a few boundaries back to back. You've not been able to generate that sort of impetus.
Frustration from is just trying to knock that into the gap and rotate the strike.
This is where you can try and question what options do you have against the pace.
So
Can you
good.
land,
हम देख लिए
play the ramp shot, make something happen?